there lived a woman named Kisa Gautami. She had a son whom she loved with all of her life. But unfortunately, one day her son died because of an incurable disease. Kisa was so sad she did not want to accept her son's death. So she carried her son's body all around the village, finding if anyone could bring her son back to life. At first, people tried to help her. They said, "Kisa, you have to accept your son's death. You have to make some arrangement for his funeral." But Kisa wasn't ready to accept her son's death. She said, "No, he's not dead. The only reason he's not talking and he's not smiling is because he has a disease." So she wasn't ready to accept it. So she went from one village to another, finding if anyone could bring her son back to life. Then she met with this old and wise man. And this wise man said, "Kisa, I cannot help you in this situation. I cannot help you in this problem, but I know one person who could help you. Do you see that monastery over there? You go to that monastery and you meet the Buddha. Maybe he can help you in this situation." So Kisa ran to the monastery and fell in front of the Buddha and begged and said, "Oh my Lord, my son has fallen sick. He's not talking. He's not smiling like early. Please, cure my son's disease." Then the Buddha listened to Kisa's tragic story and said, "Kisa, I can help you." Kisa was delighted to hear that. Then Kisa said, "Oh Lord, what should I do? Tell me anything, I will do it for this." Then the Buddha said, "Kisa, you need to find a medicine for your son. Go and find a handful of mustard from a family where no one has ever died." Kisa thought that this was easy to find. So she ran to the village and went to the first house and said, "I need a handful of mustard from you. Please give it to me. By the way, has anyone died in this family?" Then people said, "Oh, I'm sorry. My father died yesterday." Then she went to the next house. The reply was, "My son died last year." Then she went to the next house. Then they said, "Oh, my uncle died yesterday." This was the reply that all she got from every house. Then she started to think, every time I go to a house, I heard this word, death, died, he left us, he passed away. Maybe death is a common experience for all of us. Maybe I cannot take my son's life back to normal. Then she went to the Buddha. Then the Buddha said, "Kisa, you've learned a valuable lesson today. Death is a common experience for all of us. The only thing that we can do is only to accept it. So you have to live your life in a meaningful way. Now let go of your sorrow and sadness." So Kisa let go of her sorrow and sadness, and she started to live a meaningful life from that day onwards. She had a new understanding about the death and life from that day onwards. So we all have to remember that death is a natural part of life, and losing loved ones is a natural part of life. We all have to go through loss and grief of our loved ones at some points in our life. That is the reality of this world. We cannot deny it, but we can do something better to make us feel better. That is to cherish the memories of our loved ones when they lived with us. Okay? So when we do that, we can find the peace and we can move forward with hope and gratitude. So let's live our life in a meaningful way about the death and life. Namo Buddhaya.